So we start off, I guess, with Kaneki, aka Sasaki, activate his Kagane and go pretty much full on goal. Kaneki already knew because you mentioned I haven't faced a goal like this in 2 years, and we found that 2 years have passed since the events of Rure, so that's kind of neat too. And just slaughters Nishio, no fucks given. He's like smiling all over the place, cracking his finger. So it looks like he's losing control during this fight, and he actually gets the better of Nishio. Before that gets wrapped up, he actually breaks part of his mask, and he figures, well, he says, "Oh, Nishio," but he can't recall why he knows him, and I guess it's because of what Kaneki said, that his former self has memories of him, but currently he doesn't, so that's why he's conflicted by it. So Nishio goes on the run, so he's an Orochi too, so he's working on his own. The group of Antiko are doing their own thing, like you have Touka, she's doing her own thing at the cafe, you have Hinami doing her own thing, and now you have Nishio doing his own thing, so I guess we're going to get some clarification on what happened, especially with Touka appearing by the end of this episode, of what happened with Antiko, how they split off and did their own things, it looks like. So that's going to be kind of interesting to find that out. We can't show up to, I guess, subdue Kaneki because he was losing control, and he was actually attacking the police. In comes Mado with the tranquilizer from the top of an apartment, a high apartment, and he just knocks him out. So that takes care of that. And I guess we get introduced to Yoshitoki, the chief bureau of the group, and also the one responsible for actually into the investigation squad, I guess, the Quick squad, and actually making him the leader of that group. And we come to find out he's meant to be left alone as a human, currently as he is, but if he loses control and becomes a ghoul, a full-on ghoul again, then we need to take him out, and he can't be part of this. You can't be a part of this investigation squad anymore, so that's kind of messed up. But it could be foreshadowing what's to come, especially with them both saying, Mado and I guess Yoshitoki, both saying that, oh, what happened with the Orochi was the trigger to set off Kaneki. So that's definitely going to happen again. It may even happen if Hinami comes into contact with him, because there's now been a reunion, so that's going to happen at some point. We still have Aogiri Tree at large. In fact, we actually see Ayato, a member of Aogiri, I guess, ask about Kaneki. So that was kind of interesting too. So they're going to have a reunion as well. You have Eto, and we know they're going to go at it based on the opening. So that was kind of cool. So there's no question in my mind, this is all setting up to, I guess, Kaneki losing his mind and going full on ghoul, and as he said, restore his previous self, because he has no clarification of the past 20 years of his life, so we come to find out that he's 20 years old, I guess. So, but 2 years have passed, so that was kind of neat. We actually come to see two other investigators, one by the name of Chiki Kijima, and the other was Furuta, so they were kind of interesting too. We got a brief introduction to when Mado was walking by. What may happen with their character, she may be the one to actually take out Kaneki if something bad happens to him, but if not, then that's going to be kind of interesting. See where she goes from here. She's definitely, obviously, supervising Kaneki, but the one that's actually, I guess, more of a father figure is Arima. We get to see him in this episode actually spar with Kaneki, but before we get Kaneki to slap the hell out of a ring because he was acting on his own in the previous episode. Because I guess he was the reason they got into contact with an Orochi in the first place. We also come to find out that I guess Torso actually dipped as well, so they failed to apprehend Torso and capture the Orochi. So they're at large. You have Aogiri Tree, so this is going to become a mess. You got the shit slapped out of him by Kaneki saying, "Don't act on your own. You could have got everybody else killed. What were you thinking?" Ure not caring about anybody but himself. So, "Oh, you're nothing but a straight up ghoul, Kaneki," and that just triggers him. And then you have Shirazu Ginshi that pretty much just stuck up for it. Kaneki said, "Yo, you need to back off because he risked your life to protect us all." So that was kind of cool on his part. So more development on his character. In fact, so much that Kaneki's like, "Yo, you know what, Ure, I'm demoting you. Ginshi, you're taking Ure's place." And he did that when he was talking with Arima. he did that as a way of actually boosting up his morale to actually give him more of an attitude adjustment. But the only thing that did actually made him even more ambitious to actually catch up and do his own thing. He asked the doctor to actually enhance his Kagane so he can, I guess, more of a power boost, which apparently is going to be more dangerous to him and make him more unstable. So, but he just said, do it anyway. So he's in surgery, and I guess by the end, his Kagane is starting to boost up a little bit. So I guess there's going to be conflict between him, and we may even get to see Shirazu be the one to actually calm him down. So he's the only one, I guess, kind of understands him in a way. Kaneki was like, what? He comes to find out that he was in the hospital. He's like, why didn't you ask me sooner? We do get a little training sequence between Arima and Kaneki. It's like, and Arima did kind of mention like, I won't mind seeing my grandkids sooner or later. So he values his comrades as his family, and so did Kaneki. So that's kind of cool. So they're not just my students learning under me. They're actually my family. So that was kind of cool, and it's another recollection of my previous family. So he's coming to terms, and by the end, he's having even more conflicted emotions by the end of this episode. So it's all boiling towards him, I guess, having memories of his previous self. And I remember, like, your ghoul showed up, didn't it? Your inner ghoul, your previous self is like, yeah. So it's like, telling me I need to unleash it. And saw at the beginning of the episode where Kaneki went full on badass. So it's gonna happen again sooner or later. And I just wonder what the trigger's gonna be. Is it gonna be somebody related to, I guess, the Quick Squad that gets something bad happening to them, or maybe even Touka, because by the end of this episode we also get introduced to Psycho, and we actually do get to see her this time, and she's actually, I guess, more of a sloth than anything else, because she's just moping around a room playing video games. I think she actually playing a PSP, which is kind of funny, and she's just scuffing all over the place. So that's the only two times we saw her. She was eating and she's playing video games. So I want to see what she can do as well, because she's part of the Quick Squad as well. I guess she can activate a Kagane too. That's going to be cool to see them all in action. But unfortunately, right now, Ure's MIA, I guess, enhancing his Kagane. So something's definitely going to happen by episode 3. We end the episode, I guess, with Ure. They stopped by a cafe, and as soon as I saw that cafe, I'm like, wait. Are they going to introduce who I think they're going to introduce? And it turns out, yes, they did. So you have Touka introduced and reintroduced. That's kind of cool. And the first thing she sees is Kaneki, and the thing that gets to me, one, she didn't say a word. Kaneki barely said a word. But also kind of ironic that Touka and Kaneki would meet at the very same place that they got introduced to in season 1, which is a cafe, which is where we saw Kaneki see Touka for the first time. And here in season 3, after so much time has passed, almost 2 years, Kaneki is referring to Touka is beautiful, so that's how the episode ends. So that was kind of. This is that. Yeah. Why is this familiar? This aroma, and then he just starts tearing up the moment he starts drinking that tea, and you have Touka there smiling, which doesn't happen all that often. So that was an emotional scene. With the fact that nothing much was really said, and I guess the thing that capped it off was that I actually liked the music they played at the end of this episode. That was a great music choice. I may even not end up listening to that OST once it comes out. And I guess now we're going to find out what happens with Touka going forward, because it looks like she's just been in charge of the cafe, and now Kaneki's back in the forefront. That's obviously going to change. So, and I have to admit, I'm kind of surprised they pulled this reunion quick. I mean, they did not waste any time. As soon as Kaneki was like back into the picture, they decided, okay, let's have this reunion. I thought they would withhold this at least until halfway, but then again, we do only have 12 episodes, and there's no way they're going to catch up with what happens in the manga with what happens in the anime with only just 12 episodes. So will there be a season 4? I don't know. It depends on how things play itself out. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you did. Appreciate that. Subscribe channel for more Tokyo Ghoul. Catch you guys later.